Good afternoon, dear colleagues. We start our working day, and now I give the floor to the representative of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, Lieutenant Colonel Oksana Gavrylyuk. Updates on the activities over the past 4 days. Good afternoon, everyone. The Minister of Defense of Ukraine and the Minister of Defense of Lithuanian Republic, Juozas Oleksas, signed the Memorandum of Understanding between the ministries as to realization of military training in the armed forces of Ukraine. This memorandum provides the opportunity to carry out cooperation and strengthen bilateral cooperation. Also, it concerns the treatment of ATO servicemen and also the other types of assistance from Lithuanian Republic. During the last week, due to recommendations provided by internal auditors, the ministry prevented losses for more than 10 million hryvnias. They decreased the cost of repair for 9.5 million hryvnias, and also they prevented losses in buying of goods and services for the sum of 270,000 hryvnias. Also, they provided recommendations how to make the control and management of resources more effective, and this is for the sum of 5 million hryvnias. The training for the military audience continue, and this program also at the National University named after Ivan Chernyakhovsky with the support of Transparency International and the Ministry of Defense of Great Britain. And the servicemen undergo training, and more than 500 of Ukrainian top officials in the sphere also underwent training. Also, Scientific Center works and provides support to the officers that will participate in peacekeeping operations. Also, there is they try to establish schemes to avoid corruption and to conduct training for the servicemen. And this training is supported by Transparency International and supported by the Ministry of Defense of Great Britain. Such courses were held in 11 military institutions, and 200 specialists were trained. 38 civilians and servicemen took part in training. As to the audit, 100 of representatives of the ministry also underwent training in auditing according to international standards. The mobilized persons, 500 citizens, signed contract to serve in military forces, and starting from 2016, more than 20,000 servicemen signed the contracts to serve in the Ukraine armed forces. The ministry got 6 radio relay stations and 30,000 of 60-millimeter mortar shells, and also they got 300 units of military equipment and 58,000 of units of ammunition. Also, according to the annual plan of procurement, the ministry concluded 89 contracts for the sum of 3 billion hryvnias, and they plan to conclude 221 contracts. During the last week, repair brigades of the armed forces of Ukraine repaired the 308 units of military equipment. These are tanks, cannons, anti-tank complexes, and APCs. So from the start of EU operation, they repaired 46.5 thousand units of military equipment, and from that number, 43.5 thousand were repaired in the military units of the armed forces of Ukraine. Also, in the enterprises and organizations, they are controlled by the military representative office of the ministry, and this office prevented the excessive spending for the sum of 466 million hryvnias. Also, military representative offices provided the opportunity to supply, to transfer 2,670,000 hryvnias, and also control the quality of production and repair works for the military and armed forces of Ukraine. I remind that our next briefing is at 10:30.
Может быть, кажется, потому что у нас было еще раньше. Нет, ну, мне нормально, в принципе, было так, ну, до 7, 8.